Hi, I wanted to walk through what we call the cost of waiting for rates to drop. A lot of people are sitting on the sidelines waiting for that. But before we go into the actual numbers, let me share with you what's going to happen in the market. So right now, because we still have a severe shortage of available homes, right? So nationally, we're about 4 million houses short. That's a lot. And, compared to like 2008 through 12, where we just had an abundance of homes. And that's why the market crashed. But because we have such a severe shortage, that's not likely to happen anytime in the near future. And so locally, I mean, just like in Salt Lake County, we're about 25,000 houses short. So, and this year, builders will build about 1.4 million homes. However, we will create 1.6 million new household formations. So we're adding to the housing shortage on an annual basis. So there's no real on the horizon. There's no real uh, balance of this coming at anytime soon. So now let's kind of dig into the numbers, right? Or no, before that. So when rates come down, there'll be a surge of buyers flooding to the market, right? So then what happens when that happens? We already have a severe shortage. Prices are still on the rise, sometimes a little slower, but they're still rising. And if you have a flood of buyers surge into the marketplace, what's the first thing that'll happen is any kind of seller concession will go away. If you're not sure what seller concession is, that's when you write in an offer, say seller to pay $5,000 towards buyer's closing costs or whatnot, maybe make a repair, and all that'll go away. And then prices will start to spike, not just climb, but spike. So now let's, so because of the shortage, right, prices are still increasing. So let's look at a $500,000 price in mortgage. We're just going to use an example of a $500,000 purchase, but with a $500,000 mortgage. Usually 100% financing it's possible, but not likely. So anyway, so if rates were to drop 1%, that's about a $325 a month savings on a $500,000 mortgage. Okay, which is pretty significant. So annualized, that's $3,900 a year or $7,800 for 2 years because we're working this on a 2-year plan. And so if that happens, so some estimates are saying that property values will increase as high as 6%. So if that's the case, that's $30,000 in equity in 1 year. Now let's get real, or 60,000 in 2 years. Let's get conservative and say 3% increase, which is a very low number. That's a $500,000 home will increase $15,000 a year, 30,000 in 2 years, right? So now let's look at those numbers. That's so the additional cost on interest is $3,900 a year, right? So you're waiting to save $3,900 a year. However, your annual appreciation is 15,000. That means you're leaving over $11,000 on the table every year, right? I mean, that's a lot of money. So you get that? I hope this makes sense to you. So the cost of waiting is paying more for the house. So prices are going to go up. So you're going to pay more next year or the year after. And then bidding wars will happen once rates come down. The surge of buyers will have bidding wars all over again, waiving things like home inspection, appraisal. They're have to pay the appraisal gap. No concessions. I mean, they're gone. So the cost of waiting can be a lot of money. So I don't recommend it. The smart money says buy now, refinance later. So I hope that all makes sense to you. So buy now, refinance later. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. My number's right there on the slide.